y'all. We still doing that preseason action stuff, man. And we are at the Philadelphia Fishing Show. I just got up here, 2 hours up the road. We're gonna walk around and see what we got going on here. This is number 2 step up.
I thought they were the samples on that.
They go to pickles. Yeah. They got some trout up in here. Here go Rob's first purchase of the day. Some Zico shoes. Water shoes, water drain right out of them.
Him jigging. That's the jig.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. I guess for 6,000 they ought to be able to see it.
That's Panoptics too.
That's the first time I ever run boat shooting in this and you're going over.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm just in the kayak, man. That costs more than everything. There go your boy. Adam?
Yes, hey, you're back. I remember you guys.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you.
I ain't never catch nothing with it either.
What?
So, I don't know, but I didn't get the action that I thought I would get out of it.
That was a square bill?
Yeah, and they should be like the 3 to 5 feet divers, right?
3 feet max, yeah. For those.
I didn't get the hunt, and I couldn't feel it in my line.
Right, right.
You know, so when I'm looking,
running right?
No, it was. I mean, I guess it was running right. It just didn't. It didn't give me the wobble.
The hard wobble.
Right.
Right, right. Because they're a tighter wobble.
Right.
Than the harder stuff, right?
Yeah. So.
Oh. You know.
He caught stuff though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. His wobble was good. My wobble wasn't good.
Wait a minute.
My wobble wasn't good, man.
But I also use lighter test than he does.
But he just said 10.
Yeah, I use 10, but I use Magnet Thin.
Oh, I go.
You use Magnet Thin?
I go 6.
No, I mean it's
Magnet Thin is like equal to almost a 6. It's about a 6, 7. They have that super. You ever shred Magnet Thin?
No.
Oh,
No.
try it. Oh,
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, normally-
you got a special ordered on like Amazon or something.
Okay, yeah.
Most stores don't carry it, they carry their original.
Right.
Black
The
one.
black, yeah, I was black.
Alright. Want a black one again?
Yeah, that's my primary
Try
color.
the deep diver. Bigger bill, shakes a little harder.
Okay.
It's gonna go deeper though. It's gonna be about 5 to 8. I don't know if you want 5 to 8.
Right. No, but that's fine. Because where I am, you know, in the Susquehanna, when I do that, or even when I'm at Liberty.
Susquehanna, they work amazing. We designed them for spring because of the water depth.
Right.
Because we're fishing shallows, you know, little inlets and little slack water. But then when the water goes up, the shallow stuff only gets about 3 feet, so we need something about 5 to 8.
Right.
And we just crack them up the
Y'all
rock.
see that, man? Adam hooked me up. He want to make sure his product worked because he's a businessman, and I appreciate that.
That's right.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Have fun.
Look, he doesn't always go with me.
Ah.
You know, so and you know
That's
the
your problem.
No.
but you know the biggest thing is that when you fishing,
Yeah.
if a lure ain't working the right way, then you put it back.
Right.
You know, and so because you want to have confidence in what you're fishing with.
And I can't sit here and say every single one would ever not have a problem.
Right.
You
No.
might have had a bad one.
No, but I had a bunch of black ones, so I was like, yo, I said I'm not getting the tight wobble that I want.
Right.
You know, even as it hits the bottom.
Right.
So I was like, man, that's why I said, is it the ring? Do I need to change out my split ring?
Right.
Or something like that. So
Try that one.
I will.
Let me know.
I'll give you a call. Yeah,
Nice
'cause-
seeing you both.
yeah, you too, man. Because I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, got a bunch and we'll get some more if I can just get them to do what they got to do.
Right.
Yeah, I like the colors. But all right, Adam, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want a grandson? You want a grandson you can take with you?
Wait a minute, he's not that old. What? Did you hear that? Grandson. Honestly, they're not all that expensive. Cheaper than going to Disney for a week.
My biggest problem, man, is getting over there and not catching a thing.
Oh, no,
That would drive me crazy.
Well, in these trips, you will catch from 20 to 50 fish a day. If you can't catch fish here, it's because you're falling down drunk at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I know, but I'll be watching some of the trips on YouTube for the people that go to the Amazon, and they be struggling for fish.
They what?
They be struggling to catch some fish.
Well, they're people who don't know how to fish. This is, first of all, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I'm goddamn good at it.
Right.
I have a doctorate in neotropical ichthyology, these fish. I'm the researcher who has developed most of the current knowledge about these fish. We produce, this trip will produce a range of different species. This will produce 20 to 40 fish a day. This will produce 30 to 50 fish a day. And this will produce 30 to 60 fish a day. That's my average. If people go to the Amazon and can't catch fish, it's because they went with some asshole who didn't know what he was doing. Or they went down on their own, and they'll never catch fish because it's complicated.
Right.
You want the explanation how it works? Let me explain it. So this is a huge place, the size of the continental U.S. And as much as one would like to think you could go here or here or here or here or here and be equally successful, it ain't like that. So the basin sits just south of the equator. There's no summer or winter. What we have is a dry season and a rainy season. During the rainy season, water levels will rise 30 to 50 feet above stage, higher than net zero. So the rivers disappear, and what you've got is a 20-mile wide floodplain. And because we're south of the equator, Coriolis forces are reversed. They move counterclockwise. That's the force that drives weather. This basin is enclosed. Andes to the west, Guyana Shield to the north, Brazil Shield to the south. So weather simply rotates through. As much as people would like to tell you there's peacocks everywhere, there aren't. Because there's 15 species. And they're all over the place, but this is the one you want to catch. All of these are little fish. 5-7 pounds is a trophy. This fish goes to 30 pounds. And he's found only in the Madeira Basin, the Negro Basin, and the Bronco Basin. All of these tributaries of these three trunk rivers. So let's go back to that dry and rainy season. Remember, it's rotating. So we got dry, we got wet. And that dry season moves into my southern fishery in June. But I don't start fishing here until September because I don't want to fight the weather. I wait for the weather to make up its mind what it's doing. And then I get behind that dry season. And all three of these operations are mobile. I get behind the dry season and I follow it through the basin until I literally run out of basin up against the mountains. The rains come here in May. I quit fishing in mid-March. So I'm always in the best conditions at any given moment. I'm just in different places. All of these places are places that hold peacocks. So if you get some Yahoo on YouTube, goes over, hell, there's so many places that don't hold them. And says, well, I can't catch any. You know, that's his fault. Will you fish with us? I'm the owner, the operator, outfitter, and organizer of this operation. If I create expectations over here and I don't deliver them over there, the only person I can point a finger at is me. So it would be beyond stupid for me to tell you something I couldn't deliver. I'm nobody's agent. These are my operations. And if I tell you you're going to catch 20 to 50 fish a day and you don't, I'll compensate you. You will no way have a bad trip with me.
Sounds good.
It's not that expensive. I mean, if the two of you want to share a cabin at $48.50, it comes, if you book it at the show, it comes down to $4,600. You can't go to Disney for that money.
That's why I ain't been to Disney.
Yeah, but Disney's not fishing.
I keep going to Universal.
this is the best fishing on the planet.
Right. Yeah. What's the mosquitoes and stuff like?
No mosquitoes.
Nothing that bites over there? Something biting.
Other than the occasional bee or horsefly, nothing that bites. These systems are black water systems. They're heavily tannin stained. A good way to see it is here. She's up against a very shallow beach, and the beach is white sand, so you can see the red color of the water. That's because of tannins. When water is, you're looking at large volumes, it looks black, but it's extremely acidic. pH ranges from 3.5 to 5.5. So, hey, how are you? Well, this guy's been a million times, he can tell you. Any mosquitoes?
Stinky balls, man.
Stinky balls is a biodegradable scent encapsulated ball. So whatever the liquefied version of, whatever the label says, our night crawler has liquefied night crawler in it. So once it hits the water, it'll start dispersing the scent of the liquefied night crawler. So it's strong, you don't feel strong enough.
Well, you don't
Strong
smell
enough
nothing.
to stay
so.
on a hook, but soft enough to disperse scent.
So just put that on the hook and call it a day.
These two fish, about 3.5. This is about a 5-pound bass, believe it or not, just on one ball, all day long.
What scent?
That's the night crawler.
Night crawler.
The freshwater is the trophy trout, catfish. Might ruin your day, but you can smell it if you want to.
No, I trust you.
All right.
Because we know how catfish.
They stay. I just took a smell right there.
Now, do you make these?
Yep.
How do you-
9 years of formulation to get these completely correct.
Oh, peeler crab. That could be great.
Rockfish candy.
All them saltwater fish.
And the bloodworm is really good for rockfish.
So it disperses the scent in the area that it's in.
Right
How
here.
long does it stay on the hook?
Get about 20-25 minutes per ball, which is long enough to let you know if you're in the right area or not.
And how much is one of them?
$12, 2 for 20.
$12, 2 for 20.
$12, 2 for 20, or the show special t-shirt, a container, and a sticker for $20.
I don't know. I'm tempted. You know, you can throw something on a hook and call it a day.
And that's what's good. If you're on a boat or a kayak, whatever it is you're fishing, it's not going to get all over your hands, get all over your boat. The only limitation is if you're out in the heat, it will melt. So we say you got to keep your balls in a cool, dark place.
What do you mean?
All right, we're gonna take one, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna try you out.
sounds good. What kind you doing?
We're gonna split it. No, we're gonna do cash. Oh, what kind should we do?
No, what we do, each one of us buy one.
You got
You buy one, I buy one, we split it in half.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
$10 each.
Peeler crab
Yeah.
for them rockfish and stuff.
If you're doing rockfish, I'd go with the bloodworm.
Bloodworm.
I would definitely go with the
All
bloodworm.
right, do the bloodworm.
Is that good for like the croaker and all that other kind of stuff too?
So you buy a pack of bloodworm, they're really $14-15 now. That'll last you. You don't have to worry about getting bit.
And they gotta stay in the cooler.
No, they just can't be out in high heat. Do the chunk bait.
All right, y'all, so we got some stinky balls.
You got some stinky balls.
See what you
You guys
did?
on social media?
Yeah, Red BigJohn.
Hit me up. Let me know what you guys catch on.
Okay.
Either Instagram or Facebook on your Stinky Balls brand.
I'll do that. I'll let you know if I don't hit.
I'm sure you will. I'm surprised you can go with the peeler crab now.
Huh? Well, that's what I said, but you said the best one is the rockfish.
Here, you
I
guys
mean,
can fight over that. On me.
huh?
Look,
On me.
we'll put it in mine. No, because I have a boat. We'll stick it in the boat.
Nice.
We'll try it. We go down to Blackwater and see what's up.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, appreciate it,
No
man.
problem.
And look, put his picture on every time we catch it.
Yeah, I don't have a bag yet. Your bag getting full.
That bag is full.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, man.
Nice meeting you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
All right, don't let nobody else stop me.
Is 4 inches long, so I put a 4-inch fat shad on here. These things can be fished on the surface. They can be fished a foot under the water, 2, 3, 5. I've caught bass in 30 feet of water on swim baits. So what you do with them, just toss them out there and just reel them in. Big fish eat little fish. That's the bottom line. That's Mother Nature's rule. 95% of what bass eat out there are just smaller bait fish. The other part of it consists of crayfish, hellgrammites, all that stuff there. So if you throw this bait out there, let it sink a little bit. Crayfish are scavengers. They're not on the top, they're not in the middle of the water column, they are on the bottom. So what you want to do with these crayfish imitations is you want to throw it out, land it on the bottom, okay? And scurry that little guy right across the bottom like a crayfish. And don't be afraid to throw it right into that heavy cover. You can make these things weedless. I can feel them banging around down there.
That trout on it.
So I can't see these fish up here because of the bubbles and stuff. Let me see if I can prove something here.
That trout won it.
So I told you that I was working with a guy named Gary Yamamoto. And we were doing a lot of his underwater photography for one of these baits. So Gary called us up. This is over 20-something years ago. He's a good friend of Roland Martin's. And what happened was we did a lot of underwater photography back for Bassmaster, In Fisherman, Bass West, Field and Stream. So we got a call from this guy, Gary Yamamoto, that said he had the greatest bass catching bait of all time. And so I'm a pretty smart guy, and I heard all of that stuff before, you know, the greatest new mousetrap. And he wanted us to take some underwater videos and photography of this bait. So I asked him, I said, so what's this new bait? And he says, well, I'll send you a box of them. And he said, just call me when you get them. I'll tell you what it is. So I'm waiting about a little over a week, and I'm waiting for this great new lure of his. And I'm starting to think, what is it? Is it a lure that lights up? Is it a lure that vibrates? And I sat there and I was really getting excited about it. So this white box shows up at my front door. I rip through it like that little kid with the Red Ryder BB gun. And all there is in there is a bunch of these things. And I sat there and I said, man, I got ripped off. I said, what the heck is that thing right there? So I sat there, and so we called up Gary, and he says, Bobby, do you know what a wacky rig is? I said, yeah, I know what a wacky rig is. For you that don't know what a wacky rig is, you go out there, you take a #1 bait holder hook, and you put it right through the middle, you put it on a spinning rod, and you throw it out there, you let it sink, and you count to 3, 4, 5 and let it shake. So I said, all right, we'll give it a shot. Let me see if we can get these fish kind of fired up here. You throw that bait out just like that. You just let it fall. And they wanted no part of the spinner bait or the buzz bait. They wanted no part of the swim bait. They wanted no part of any of it. And let me tell you what, Gary Yamamoto was absolutely correct. That is the greatest bass catching bait ever designed. Everybody asked me, we went out and we filmed this thing for 2.5 weeks. And let me tell you something, it is absolutely amazing.
You took it all the way in.
Moms and dads, or the gentlemen, everybody that was here before, and you two young lady down there, when I talked earlier in my presentation about when my father and I and my brother used to go fishing, and I was a little kid just like him, if we were not catching
he got it out, wouldn't answer it again.
We were beating the living daylights out of each other on the side of that lake, okay, because it was boring. We need to get our kids away from, there's no hook on here, all right? We need to get our kids away from those video games. Moms and dads, you go out there, you go buy some of these baits, You throw it out there like that.
Everybody chomping.
And you just twitch it. And there you have it. I mean, they wouldn't touch anything else. These baits, go out there with your kids, take them fishing, and I promise you, if you go out there and they go out and catch fish the first or second time they're out there fishing, they're going to be hooked for life. There are studies that are done that kids who fish tend to get in less trouble than kids that don't. You can read the studies on it. So, go out there. I hope I taught you guys something. I know some other people came up a little late. And like I said, get the kids hooked on fishing, not drugs. There is an epidemic out there. Let me tell you my theory on it. The epidemic out there with the kids with the drugs and these opioids and all the other stuff that's going on is they have nothing better to do. They have nothing to occupy them. I promise you, you go out there and you take those kids fishing, okay? I promise you. You take those kids fishing, and those kids are going to be turning out into really good kids.
Y'all, we are at another end of the journey at the Philadelphia Fishing Expo. Picked up a few things here. Not much. Got a fit little sprinter. Like it might do some good work with some smallies. And most of the stuff that I came to get, dude didn't have with him. So gave me his card. Told him give him a call. He give me 25% off of it. And he'll hook me up. So, all in all, good trip. I just like to get out anyway. I like to get out and explore until my fishing starts back full time. Right, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Now, he hungry, so we got to feed him.
I'm always hungry.
We got to feed. Got a pair of sticky balls, or what they call stinky balls.
Yeah, sticky balls.
Got some stinky balls, man. We're gonna see how stinky balls work. I'll show y'all that whenever I use them out there. We bought some for freshwater and for saltwater. We got bloodworm. We got peeler crab. He threw in the peeler crab. Just gave us the peeler crab. And we got regular worm. Earthworm, I guess what you call it? A little fat earthworm. Was that earthy? So, all right, y'all, we about to head back down the road. Probably stop at Cabela's, though. We gotta go through Delaware. It's tax-free, so we want to see something we can collect out of there as well without having to pay taxes for it.